Hey everybody, I want to talk about Untamed and kind of get my feedback on it. This is basically the last day that I'm going to be playing Untamed because of Endwalker coming out, and I have a whole bunch of stuff to be able to do on there. But yeah, overall, man, I've really enjoyed my time in Beta 4 with Untamed. I think a lot of people have. I made a Reddit post, asking people how they feel about it, and a lot of people were like, "Yeah, this is much, much better." Um, and so, I'm very excited to see that they made a lot of improvements, and I'm sure they will make even more going into the actual launch itself. And it's just overall in a pretty solid place right now. It's not as good as Soul Beast, don't get me wrong. I don't think it will ever be as good as Soul Beast. Um, but it's definitely in a place where it's usable for PvE content now. And I'm very, very excited to finally be able to, you know, be able to use this and not be shitted on. Hopefully, at launch. I hope so. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the actual, feedback here. Pet skills need to be able to be auto-casted, at least these two skills right here. Now, for me personally, I wouldn't do that. But I know for some people they would love this option, mainly because they don't want to play Ranger like a fucking piano, right? Having 3 more buttons, or rather 6 more buttons to be able to press. Or actually, well, technically it's 5 more buttons because we've always been able to press the beast button manually. So 5 more buttons to press for some people is not a good thing. For me, I fucking love it, but for some people it's just not a thing that they want to have. So I think being able to set the skills, some skills at least on AutoCast would be a very welcome feature, especially for accessibility reasons. People, like the low input players who I think it's related to like arthritis or carpal tunnel or something like that, where they can't be pressing a whole lot of buttons at once, or in a short period of time. This would be nice just for accessibility reasons for them. And gaming is moving towards more of an accessibility sort of thing. Like we've seen a huge increase in the amount of accessibility with games for handicapped people or people with those kind of conditions that inhibit them from gaming too much. So I think that'd be really cool to see personally. Is being able to put these skills on AutoCast, and we could talk about accessibility all we want, but I just think being able to put some of them on AutoCast would be nice. But anyway, that's optional, by the way. So, like I said, me personally, I wouldn't put them on AutoCast, but I know some people who definitely would. The second thing here is pets need to be stronger when they're unleashed. So we look at like Mechanist, right? Mechanist mechs are fucking insane. Like they do so much damage. And I'd love to at least feel a portion of that on this class. Obviously, this class is designed like they had to take away the tool belt skills, which is the main class mechanic, to be able to make the mech work and be able to be strong. Ranger, we have a lot more flexibility than that, so it's kind of like um, than what engineers have for that. Well, now at least they had more flexibility than us, but with mechanists we have more flexibility than them for the most part. And we're not gonna be able to get to that point, but I would like it whenever the pets are unleashed. So whenever I make my pets unleashed, that not only are the skills stronger because of the update, but also their auto attacks are just stronger, right? So we take a look at 537. Maybe this gets buffed by like 15% or something like that whenever they're unleashed, similar to how we get buffed by 15% whenever we're unleashed. And this is a huge thing that I would personally like to see, is that the pets get stronger. Add this to the Vow of the Untamed trait, and then maybe remove the incoming damage adjustment aspect of it, where you are gonna be getting less damage whenever your pet's unleashed. So yes, this would take away the offensive defensive toggle, but it would be nice to be able to toggle between your pet being stronger and you being stronger. And I would personally really, really like to see that. Obviously, you would still be going between the two because of the ambush skills, which is our next topic in a little bit, the ambush skills. But yeah, I do really, really like, I would really, really like that. The only way our pets can get stronger right now is through the Ferocious Symbiosis trait. So personally, that's just something I would like to see for the Untamed and, whenever the pets are unleashed. Now, I will say, these abilities are pretty good. Venomous Outburst with the trait here for Blinding Outburst. Yesterday, I was playing with the Eagle, and I was in, like, the Heart of Thorns area facing against Pocket Raptors. Dude, I hit a Pocket Raptor for a 6k crit, which for a pet is fucking really good. That's a really solid damage number for like a ranger pet. Like that's unheard of for a ranger pet. So yeah, they definitely are stronger with the abilities, right? Um, but personally, I just wish they were even stronger with the auto attacks, just to make up for that kind of huge discrepancy between this and the Mechanist, and making me feel all jealous. And maybe they won't do that. I don't know. Leave a comment. You know, I would like to see what people think of that. Ambush skills. They need a little bit of a shorter cooldown. I think 10 seconds would be kind of nice to have. But 15 just feels a little long. Even though the ambush skills are actually pretty strong, I would like to see them go on a higher cooldown. Now, this is, you know, this unleashed power trait is on a 15-second cooldown. So, I would personally like to see, at least on some of the weapons, that cooldown go down to maybe 10 seconds. You know, like when you look at like Mirage or like, you know, the stealth attacks on Thief that are pretty similar to like the ambush skills, they have way less of a cooldown than what we have. So I would just personally like to see that. As far as the ambush skills go, I actually really fucking like them. They're pretty powerful. That's why they don't need to reduce it that much, is because the skills are actually pretty damn powerful. But personally, that's just what I would like to see. But anyway, that is the end of my feedback video. I really like the Untamed. I have been having a blast with the Untamed. And so, yeah, I think that's pretty much going to cover it. No matter what, I'm probably really going to like the spec when it comes out, mainly because you play with a pet and it's not like Soul Beast whenever you suck it in. So, you know, yeah, I just really like the Untamed. I think I'm going to be rocking this when Any Dragons comes out. Probably until the next expansion, because, like, this shit is fun, man. Like, being able to go between your pet being unleashed and you being unleashed, and be able to have the ambush skills now, and it really is just a lot of damage, and it's fun. It's just ultimately really, really fun for me. So, yeah, even if it was like this at launch, I still wouldn't mind. And, yeah, peace.